Saturday, while leaving the Silicon Valley Cars and Coffee, I fired up the car and there was a back pop. And immediately after, the car started making a weird sound. The car's making a weird sound now. All the gauges looked fine and the car was still running, so I pussyfooted it home and then started an inspection when I got there. Injector plugs have not popped back out, so that's not the issue. Which is good. I don't know what that little wire is.
1 minute, 37 seconds later.
Well, it's not a wire, it's part of an O-ring, and that's part of the O-ring that seals the adapter for the ITBs. Backfire blew that out, but why? And I'm missing some screws here. Literally missing all but 2 screws. The issue is with this right here, O-ring for ITB1. It was just because there wasn't enough clamping force on the manifold adapter because apparently it was only held by 2 screws back here. Explanation, not an excuse. I just never checked those screws. I had used black oxide cap head screws for that, and they kind of blend in with the manifold being black anodized aluminum. And so I never had a visual reference to say, hey, those are there or missing. And it's bad on me for having never checked them. So let's get this cleaned up and fixed. These are the O-rings I bought from McMaster Car, 75 Duro Whiten rings. They should be good for oil, gas, fuel. Should fit the manifold correctly. And I'm just gonna go ahead and replace all 4 of them since I'm here. Because these O-rings are so small and fiddly, just a little smear of grease helps hold them into the grooves on the back of the ITB adapter. This time around I'm putting a dab of Loctite on all of the screws, and I'm also putting a little bit of a paint seal on it so I have a visual reference as to whether or not the screws are still in place or have backed out. I just didn't do it with the manifold when I built it, and that's on me. Alright, we're up and running. Sounds great. Obviously we're sealed up. Torque seals on everything, so I know that it's torqued down. Now just need to hammer the rest of this together and we're good to go. 2 screws. Yeah. The thing about kit cars like this is that they're always falling apart. Project cars are always falling apart. And so I've kind of gotten into the habit of creating checklists of stuff to check every time I touch the car. And now these specific bolts are going to be on that checklist. That checklist grows every time I touch the cars.